welcome back to another exciting episode of our July Haul.
Yay!
This is once again bringing us through Zoom so that Paul and I can both do it. And we've got a special guest here. How are you doing, Gary?
Hey, I'm good. It's good to see you, John.
It's good to see you too, Gary. I haven't really, you haven't been hanging out at Paul's for a while, so.
No, it's been a while. The Rona's got everything all messed up.
When was the last time when you were there in December?
It might be.
I think you came down for the Neil Breen movie.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
That was in December.
Yeah.
December, yeah.
That was December.
Jesus, that was 9 months ago, basically.
Wow.
You know, you had a baby between then, right?
He needed 9 months of recovery before he could see another stinky movie.
The Neil Breen movie was far better than what you just
I know. Just you wait.
Oh, so that sounds like a 10 to me. We might have to wait on that for later because we've already had a few 10s.
That's okay. There's a lot more where that came from.
By the way, I'm drinking coffee today out of my new mug I got from Dark Delicacies. It's
very cool.
Yeah, Friday the 13th mug. You know,
Dark Delicacies is where we found the cat.
Oh,
Curse
cool.
the Cat Mummy.
Yeah, the one he's gonna hopefully mention in this haul, right? Or did you? We already mentioned.
We already mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the last haul. So, but you just watched that and stuff, so that's really funny.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so let's I guess dive in. I have a really small haul this month, and so I'm just gonna start with the Blu-rays and do
It's
three
okay. It's not the
Blu-rays.
size of the haul; it's the way you use it.
Apparently, but so I'm gonna do 3 Blu-rays that I got, and then Paul will do his 6 Blu-rays he got. Then I will do my 3 Blu-rays and a DVD that I got from another place, and then then he'll do his 12. Jesus Christ,
12 or 13, something like that.
So this should be fun. So to start with, these are not like indie films or anything at all. By the way, these are all these Blu-rays are all bigger time movies. I got a movie called Everything. Always good to have a romantic comedy or a romantic drama or whatever this is around for ladies, who might want to watch that instead of the stinky horror movies that we love to show.
The only ladies I want to have around me are ones who like stinkers.
And most romances are horror shows anyway.
Oh, that's true. And then I got another movie. It's a Will Smith, Edward Norton, Keira Knightley, Michael Pena, Naomi Harris,
The hell?
Kate Winslet, and Helen Mirren movie called Collateral Beauty. I've never even heard of this, but
never heard of that.
Oh, I think I have seen that.
Have you?
Yeah, he cries a lot.
Oh, Will Smith cries a lot in that?
Yeah. So not much has changed. Too soon? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. But yeah, I've been wanting to kind of be a little bit, interested in seeing that. And then I told Paul about this one before. And it's called How to Be Single. And it's got Dakota Johnson, Rebel Wilson, Allison Brie.
Yay!
Leslie Mann. Yeah, I had to wait for his. Allison
Brie.
Yeah.
I do love Allison Brie.
But it's called How to Be Single. Cool thing is, it's I guess it's co-written by Dana Fox, who actually, believe it or not, one of the reasons I like to get her movies is because one of the guys I grew up with at the pool that I used to go to my neighborhood pool. One of the kids who used to go to the pool all the time or whatever is actually married to Dana Fox. They actually had, and she wrote Couples Retreat with Vince Vaughn, and she's really good friends with those guys, and I actually had them at their wedding in Virginia, by the way. They had the wedding in Virginia. So that's really funny.
Well, I was the only person that visited Virginia.
No,
yeah. All right, so starting with yours.
Okay, so Blu-rays. Now, traditionally I save good movies for Blu-ray and get my lousy, awful, terrible stinkers on DVD. But every now and again, either the Blu-ray is so cheap, it's just as cheap as the DVD, or sometimes I just get it by mistake. But one of my Blu-rays is a stinker, and it is called Zombie Night.
Oh, nice.
Anthony Michael Hall and Daryl Hannah, Shirley Jones of all people, and Alan Ruck.
I assume Shirley Jones dies in the first 10 minutes.
She's got to be the zombie that's in the film.
Like in every film.
My big question is that from the asylum? I think it is.
I'm almost positive it is.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just amazing. So
that's a cast, all right.
Yeah, that's a really crazy cast. Then the next one is one that I found at, I forget where it was. It wasn't a dollar store, but it was another store that happened to have some stuff. And it's a 3 Western trilogy. And it's got The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and The Magnificent Seven.
I have that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good trilogy.
Right. I love The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I already have that on Blu-ray. I did not have Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, so
that I do have.
I wanted that, and Magnificent Seven is kind of I didn't really care about that one, but Butch...
Which incarnation?
They
remake it every other year.
Yeah, no, it's the original.
The original, but you didn't like the original Magnificent Seven?
No, because it's a ripoff of
Seven Samurai.
Right.
But but
it's still good.
It's still a good movie.
It's all right.
Americans done ripoffs.
You know what you just showed me tonight, and you're going to complain about the Magnificent Seven?
Yeah, but they had something called money and a budget.
Well, I mean, I think
movie.
I think even if those people had a budget, they probably still make that crap. They just make it with more money. Yeah,
it's hard to tell. Anyway, so getting back to the rest of the Blu-rays, of course, there was a Criterion sale, so it was you get 50% off. So I did get 2 and got the others as well. So some good stuff. So here's your buddy Nicholas Ray. I got They Live by Night.
Oh,
which
nice.
was the main movie of his that I knew about that I wanted to get. What was the one that you showed me that was really good?
In a Lonely Place?
Yeah, In a Lonely Place.
evil man.
Yes, I am. So in addition to that,
I
got the original Island of Lost Souls Criterion version. Awesome.
Wasn't that the original
Restored.
name of Manhattan?
I don't know about that. And speaking of Akira Kurosawa, we have Throne of Blood, one of my favorite films.
Nice.
Again, Criterion.
I do not think I have seen that. I thought I had seen all the
Kurosawas,
and I missed that one.
And then this one is a film that I already had in DVD, and I've had it on various other forms before, but I really, really like it. And it's Theodore Dreiser's Vampire, which was 1932, I think.
Is that Vampire or Vampire?
I think it's Vampire.
Vampire. So yeah, it came out sort of just after Dracula, but it was it's a Danish film, and it's kind of like an artsy sort of vampire thing. It's really, really good though. You should definitely check that out.
So it have like an Ingrid Bergman feel to it,
in a way, sort of. So that's the Blu-rays.
Nice. All right. So I just want to let everybody know that hasn't found this out. First of all, the Criterion watch is going to be a little bit longer. I am still going to do the one with Vincent. We're just trying to work out a date next week to do it, So it's going to be, a little later than planned or whatever. And the second thing is that HBO Max actually has Criterion films. So the new HBO Max channel, if you are interested in Criterion, but you don't want to pay $10 for the Criterion channel where they don't have everything, they only have like a certain thing, you should check out HBO Max because they do have like some of the better titles. They have the Akira Kurosawa films, or not all of them, not all of them, I don't think, but I think Throne of Blood is on there.
And I think they're rotating them through there too, so it's not like it's just 50 movies and that's it. I think they're going to be rotating stuff in and out.
Yeah, definitely, which I think is great. I would love to see that. I would love to see them putting stuff out every now and then for Criterion and working with them. So yeah, HBO Max is really, really good to have. I was pleasantly surprised with that. So, all right, so I'm going to do my last bit. So I got I'm going to continue with the Blu-rays, and then I'll do the DVD last. The Blu-rays, so we were talking before, I'm not sure if I had actually shown these two on the last haul, but I went to the Redbox and I actually bought movies. You can buy movies at the Redbox for
No.
You know, like sometimes for $5, sometimes for $10, and they're Blu-rays. So it's, you know, the thing is you don't get the case and, you know, whatnot. You get your own case. You just get the movie, and sometimes the movie's used, but they're not like fucked up or anything. And it takes a lot to scratch up a Blu-ray anyway. But the first one I've got is Birds of Prey, the Harley Quinn and all the
Right.
other.
That was fun.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I've been wanting to
Yeah,
see it. I haven't seen it yet, but
I liked it.
I might watch
Haven't seen
it
it.
soon. You know,
Yeah.
my roommate does not want to watch it. You know, she has no interest. But you know, I love Suicide Squad a lot. You know, even though it was crap. You know, it was still fun crap to me. You know, and so
This
then
is better than Suicide Squad.
well, this is a better movie. Period. That I'm about to announce is this one, 1917.
Oh, that was
yeah.
awesome.
It was great.
I can't wait to get that on Blu-ray.
I got that for $6 at
That's
the
a win.
thing. Yeah, for right there. My buddy or Joe told me about it. Joe
Have you
Turk.
seen it yet?
Oh, I saw it. We had to review it for
Yeah, that was an awesome film.
we reviewed it for Hollywood Boulevard podcast, and it was definitely a really good film. I was pleasantly surprised.
I was so impressed with the direction of that film.
It really made up for Dunkirk, which was a snoozer of a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a huge war fan. You know, like I don't like war movies, but I absolutely love that. That's actually my favorite war movie right now. I mean, over Saving Private Ryan and.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. It was really, really good.
And the last Blu-ray I got was Fantasy Island, which I saw, and it was mediocre.
I heard it was terrible.
Like a lot of people think it sucks, and a lot of people had, especially the end of the movie was like the twist in the movie was kind of like this was ridiculous, you know, kind of thing. It could have been a lot better. I did like that. I will spoil this for you since I'm guaranteeing you're never going to see it. And if anybody has seen hasn't seen Fantasy Island, I mean, you're going to get spoiled in a second. But there's a scene at the end where the guy says that he got a tattoo, right? And he needs to get it removed, right? He goes, "What does it say?" And it's a tattoo that says tattoo. So it was a reference to the original Fantasy Island show with the guy and he's stuck on the island now at the end of the movie. So he's going to be the plane guy, you know? So if they ever made a sequel, which they won't, I don't think it did well enough for them to get a sequel out of it. But, you know.
That movie they did, Night with Hervé.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
That.
It was really well done.
I would like to see that.
Blumhouse did that?
It was Tyrion Lannister. What's his name?
I forget.
No, but who made it?
Oh, I'm trying to think whether it was. I think it was Netflix or HBO. I can't remember which.
Cool.
But it was really, really well done.
I heard a lot of good things about it.
And the DVD I got signed by the writer of the film because I got it from the writer himself. Eric Spudic wrote the movie called Creepies. So there you go.
Creepy.
I forgot who was in it. Phoebe. It stars Lisa J, Eric Flinner, Phoebe Dollar, Ron Jeremy's in it.
Oh dear.
Can't go wrong with that. And it's actually got a DVD. It's got apparently 2 versions of Creepies: the original version and the never released, or the version that people saw, and then the never released original version of Creepies, and then outtakes, music videos, and a director commentary. So
yeah, that might be the last movie for Ron.
Yeah.
No, well, this is a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
So this is not new.
He's going to star in a new one called "Don't Drop the Soap."
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, poor guy. All right. So next, your last big haul.
So,
do I need to hold some of these?
Yes, please.
All right.
So there's going to be 2 groups. There's some decent films that occasionally I will find on DVD. So I'll just get them. And of course, there's really awful, terrible stink. The first is an Italian Giallo movie that I saw a long, long time ago, way back in the State Theater. Had a number of stuff, and it's called all the colors in the dark, and it's actually a rather violent, bloody film. And it's pretty close. It's got George Henton in there, Susan Scott, Edward French, and I forget the name of the director, but it's a pretty cool Euro giallo kind of film. And then one that I had not seen in a long time that I liked. It's an Oliver Stone movie with Eric Bogosian, and it is Talk Radio.
Oh, I love that. Actually,
Yeah, I love that too.
It's one of my favorite plays. I've talked about how there's actually 2 plays if I ever get a chance to direct a play, which I probably never will. But there's 2 plays, and I actually did that. There's a monologue at the end of that movie that I did the monologue for based on on the play from the play that I did for class back in the late 90s when I was doing that stuff, when I was acting for high school. But Suburbia and Talk Radio are my 2 favorite plays that Eric's ever produced and are written, and those are both the 2 ones I would do.
I always liked the film. I'm not sure why I never bought it. It just kind of fell through the cracks. So when I saw it was like $3. I thought, can't beat that.
I don't know if it's on Blu Ray or not, but if it is,
I've never seen it on Blu Ray.
I don't think it is, but if it does come to Blu Ray, I'm definitely buying that.
And I mean, I literally have not seen that in at least 25 years. So
it might not hold up. It may. I have not seen it in forever too. So
is Suburbia the old punk movie?
No.
That's a different movie. I have that.
You have that?
Yeah.
I want to watch.
We're actually going to do Suburbia at some point for Hollywood Knockbusters. The one that Eric did, actually Richard Linklater directed. And it's basically like Clerks. Like it's pretty much just a bunch of punk kids who hang around a grocery store all day, talking about their life and politics and other.
I like Richard Linklater.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay,
really good at that stuff.
Next group,
late great Beverly.
There you go, Beverly. We got a Misty, the gunslinger.
Nice.
So my Misty collection grows. Got to have that. Next we got Vampire Assassin with Rudy Ray Moore is in there. Wow. And gosh, who else is in there? Ron Hall. There you go.
Vampire Assassin. Nice.
Oh dear, now we have a 30 pack. I can't read all these films, but it's a 30 horror film collection. Let's see here. Ashes, Office Killer, Final Remains, Dead Rise. Well, yeah, there's a whole bunch of films on here. So I love big movie packs. You spend a couple bucks, you end up getting a ton of shit. Lady Frankenstein, there's some things in here I have, but there's a few other here I've never heard of, like Lore. Never heard of it. Don't know what it's like.
Who put that out?
This looks to be, I can't read that. Who's the little group?
It is
the Touchstone?
Echo Bridge.
Echo Bridge. Yep.
Yeah. They put out a lot of junk.
Oh, yeah, they do. They usually put out like public domain shit.
Oh, yeah. So this one is a weird sort of documentary that I'd heard about. I had never seen it. American Cannibal. Are you familiar with this movie?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's about this show, this sort of live TV, reality TV show that turned out to be really strange and weird, and there was all kinds of shenanigans that happened and crazy shit. So it was about, I guess, being on an island with cannibals or something goofy. I don't know. But I had heard it was interesting, so
Butchers.
Picked it up.
Wait, it's called American Cannibal. It's not in America?
What can I tell you?
That's the theme of the evening.
There you go.
Things that just don't make any sense, right?
Sure.
That's funny.
Next is another movie collection. It's Midnight Horror Collections, and it is Backwoods Butchers. Okay?
Cheery.
And this comes with A Bothered Conscience, Butchered, Mother's Day Massacre, and Breadcrumbs.
Nothing scares me more than breadcrumbs.
I know. Let's do the Italian kind. Next, we have a weird old potboiler that Quentin Tarantino loves, called Kansas City Confidential with Lee Van Cleef, Heston Forrester, and John Payne.
Nice.
So yeah, this is like 1960, 1962, something like that. I don't remember. I don't think I've seen it, but yeah, I think it's kind of one of those meh kind of films. We'll see.
High Flyers Films.
Oh dear, yeah.
A mark of quality.
This is dollar store stuff right here. Knights of the Damned.
Where did you get that?
I don't remember. I think it may have been a dollar store, but
I believe it was in a trash can in Richmond.
Ben Lloyd's Homes, Rosso Hennessy, Zark Pythian, and Andrea Vassilian. Don't know any of these folks, but yeah, it looks. Look at the CGI dragon on there. I don't know if you can see
Nice. Oh my God, it's awful.
Silly.
2 words: Dean Stockwell.
Oh dear. So here's a super cheapy double feature: Born to be Sold and Stunts.
Nice.
And so let's see here. Born to be Sold has Linda Carter. So a stinky early film from Linda Carter, which is fun. And then Stunts, gosh, I can't even see who's in there. Oh, Joanna Cassidy's in there. And Roy Sharkey. All right.
Who are they?
Robert Forster. Oh, they're folks. You have seen them before. Joanna Cassidy was in Blade Runner.
Oh.
Yeah. And then finally, this is a weird what the fuck Friday kind of a film that I'm going to inflict on someone.
That was all this weekend.
I know. It's a weird Japanese musical porno strange thing called The Wayward Cloud. So I don't know if you know about this. It's got kind of a reputation. Very, very strange. The world is starving, so the Japanese government says you all have to eat watermelons in order to get your water intake and eat at the same time. So everybody's singing about watermelons, and then there are these porno people who are doing weird stuff, and it's supposed to have a very transgressive and shocking and disturbing ending. And there's all kinds of singing and dancing too.
All singing,
So
all dancing.
Very strange. I had a friend point this out and said, "You like weird shit? You're gonna like this." So
Watermelons.
you know me, I can't resist. So I dug it up.
Wow.
Wayward Cloud.
That sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible.
Sounds torturous. I can't.
I
wait.
know. You'll have fun with that one. For somebody for What the Fuck Friday.
And what the fuck weekend?
I know, So, well, welcome back, Gary.
Thank you.
I'm happy you're here, visiting Paul and being tortured, and enjoying yourself.
It was legendary torture
I
this
know.
last 2 days.
And it's good. It's good because Lenore just left yesterday, so she was going out. Gary was coming in.
She doesn't know how lucky she was.
Well, see, he's he's kind of kind to Lenore about stuff.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want.
You did
He
not
didn't.
show Lenore porn Holocaust.
Porno Holocaust is a no-no.
Yeah, and
Awful.
I probably wouldn't want the cat one either. I'm sure.
I'm speechless of the cat.
Oh, I'm going to show her the cat one at some point because she loves cats. So this is right up her alley.
Honestly, the movie was 7 minutes long, and then they just
Padded it out
for
my
like
God.
an hour and a half.
Oh, so bad.
oh my goodness.
But
All right.
I also showed him Hanuman and the 5 riders.
Nice.
No. No.
He did not like it.
No.
I mean, it was a 10 for all of us, and
Oh yeah.
It was
know,
a 10.
with Rebecca giving it a 10, that was pretty hard, hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, geez.
I didn't think that would end. I assume it was around 17 hours long.
Yeah, it was funny. And then I showed him this really bad Conrad Brooks movie because I like Conrad Brooks. It was Freaky Vampire.
Did he direct that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Written, directed, and produced by Conrad Brooks.
Conrad directed some great, bad, terrible movies,
And
just like Ed Wood.
we almost watched the Shark and Saw
Women's Prison Massacre.
which I only saw about 10 minutes of before the DVD had some issues, and then I had to immediately go to eBay and purchase it.
Looks like it's going to be fun.
It's
That's
going to be
a
fantastic.
Jim Wynorski film.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen it. I love it.
You've seen it?
Yeah, and I own it now. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
just
think I
ordered
had
it. I'm
bought it
kind
in
of
the. I
excited.
think it was in the last haul or something. But I own that movie now, and because it was at Dollar Tree, you know.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, it's at Dollar Tree for on Blu-ray, of all things.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that's not so bad. I think I got mine for like $8.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember how much I paid for mine, but it came all scratched up. That's the
Well,
problem.
I'm saying if you get a chance and you go to your Dollar Tree, maybe you might be able to find it.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the things I noticed when I came out and visited you in LA is the dollar store in LA, I mean, all of them, they all have a very different and wider selection of movies than the ones in Virginia. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, generally, and the thing what I realized about LA is that like, we have a ton of stores. Period. We got the Dollar Tree, the Dollar. I think the Dollar General might be around somewhere. But there's also like 99-cent stores and 98-cent stores, and
Wow.
all these different 90 something cent stores and stuff. So.
So you're out there 8 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. It does not feel like it's been 8 months. I mean, it
Yeah.
might to you, but
Yeah. No, it hasn't even felt like that either for me,
yeah.
honestly, because I was just like looking back at it today, going, "Good God!" Like it's been, like today is literally the, because we're doing
And
this
you're
on the
hanging in
1st.
there, even with COVID.
Well, I might come back to visit for a couple months this later this year because just with everything, because a lot of my friends have actually left and gone back to their homes and stuff for a little bit to kind of just reconvene for a little bit, and then they'll come. One of them, Morgan, she said she left. She said she was coming back. Then later on, she was like, "Nope, not yet." So she changed her mind.
Yeah, but she's gone from the frying pan into the fire because California's having a rough time. But she went back to Texas, isn't she?
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
Texas is even worse.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what part of Texas she's in, if it's like
right.
Houston or if it's
Oh, I
Dallas
wouldn't
or
want to do that.
wherever.
But
But
Virginia's doing pretty well, except for the lower part of Hampton Roads. Other than that, most of Virginia is actually doing very, very well.
yeah,
It'll just bleed over from Virginia Beach, I assume.
Yeah, it's Virginia Beach and Norfolk and Chesapeake and part of Hampton.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's been sort of weird because we went back down on lockdown again because California got hit really hard,
Right.
and everything. Apparently the worst state to be in right now is Florida. And
Oh, yeah.
that's
Florida's
like,
bad.
In a lot
Yeah.
of reasons, a lot of ways. And now they're going to have a hurricane.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, that's
I don't even want to be like, I'm happy that I'm in California, of all
Yeah.
places, but yeah, so that was, it's been 8 months, and it's funny because like the first basically 5 months I was in Van Nuys, and now I'm here. I'm not saying where, publicly,
right.
but
Sure.
but yeah, I'm here out here in another city, over by Pasadena, which is nice. Pasadena is a really nice city too. Like I drive through it all the time, when I DoorDash.
I still like that area where G. Larry Butler's living. That was cool. I enjoyed living,
Yeah.
visiting him in his place.
Yeah, that was really cool. His
I forget the name
area
of
was
it.
really sweet. I forgot the name of it too, but it was really sweet, and it was really cool just being able to drive up there. And I remember being in his house and seeing like the I think it was the mountains or whatever it was, like that right there.
Right.
Beneath all the smog that was there.
And somehow he
Right.
and his daughter managed to get through Fun and Balloon Land for episode 3 of Little Stinkers.
Oof.
So are you trying to go like gradually do worse and worse now?
Well, I figured
Yeah.
this was one of the worst ones that they were going to get. I just kind of wanted to prep them a little bit.
No. All right. Let me speak up here. You always say this is the worst one, and then you follow it up with something so much worse.
Well, it's hard to get worse than Fun in Balloon Land. I haven't shown you guys that yet.
You are the Satan of movies.
Someday.
Well, it's funny because, well, yeah, you're right. And that kind of goes with Indie Film Cafe too. Is like you'll say, "Oh, you if we were ever going, oh man, this is terrible," you're like, "Well, I can find you worse."
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it's true.
I
He
mean,
may have hit the apex.
yeah. Well,
Where do you see this cat movie? I'm telling you, man.
there was a copy of it at Dark Delicacies. If it's
Really?
not, right, that's what showed you it. I was gonna buy it, but it was like, if it's like $20, I'm not buying it. But if it's
Yeah.
like $10,
That was
I'll
more than
buy
was
it.
spent on making this.
Yeah, there's no need. We saw it's all over the internet. You can buy it for like
$9.99.
yeah, $8 or $9.
Yeah.
There's no need.
On his
no need for
website,
20
it's
bucks.
$9.99. He also has
So-
Night of the Hobos, which is called.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to start buying.
Yeah. See if they're worse than that movie. That would be great.
That's a challenge. That's a chore.
Yeah.
This pains me to say, but he may beat out Nick Zed.
Yeah.
I still have not seen a Nick Zed movie. So.
Yeah, I know. I've been. That's rough.
John, repeat after me. Oh yeah, I've seen Nick Zed, Paul. I don't need to see him.
It's rough, man.
Oh,
Rough.
Oh,
and
man.
did this one beat out Neil Breen? That's the question. It's really hard to tell.
I don't know what I just watched.
I'm surprised you guys aren't doing a, getting one more person and doing an Indie Film Cafe episode, just knocking one out.
Yeah, we could. Some point. Never know.
I mean, while you're there, why not? Because that.
Cullen does all the music too,
Yeah.
and it's stellar.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. Let me tell you. I can't wait for you to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to hear your reaction.
The thing is that I'm also dying to show this to Just Jen because she's going to hit me with many large objects. It is going to be the worst thing she's ever seen in her life.
Right.
Speaking of large objects, I never want to see Porno Holocaust again.
Oh my God, that was awful.
Awful.
That's one that we're going to be doing on Sexploitation Sleazecast. That's going to be one that I'm going to show Rebecca Reinhardt.
I may be asexual now. That may have turned me off the sex for the rest of my life.
Oh, sure. It
was so bad.
It's not quite as bad as Bad Pussy, but it's in the neighborhood. It's in the hood, just down the street.
Mm-hmm.
It is the corner convenience store in Bat Pussy.
Oh, it was so bad.
It was bad.
Awful.
Well, you're showing that to somebody soon, so I guess we could talk about that. That there is going to be a new Indie Film Cafe show podcast coming with Paul and Rebecca Reinhardt.
Right.
So
the idea was, I had been doing Forgotten Horror Classics. We did one season of that, and it's great. I enjoyed it, but I have so many other different kinds of films that I wanted to talk about some of the other ones that I had in my collection, especially stuff that doesn't really ever get talked about. And we talk about a lot of fun bad shows, but there are other podcasts that do that. There really isn't a whole lot out there for these sort of weird sexploitation movies. They're either porn or soft porn or nudie cuties, or they're just like these weird experimental movies that just happen to have lots of nudity and lots of sex. And they're either extremely bad and poorly done, or they're just fracking weird. Like, what the hell did I just watch? So the Sexploitation Sleazecast is designed to sort of show off those kinds of films, because there's a bunch of them out there and nobody really talks about them because I think people have no idea what to make of them.
Well, that would be great. I would love for you to.
Plus, we've had this discussion where I've talked about how some of our favorite stinky movie directors and other directors, Ed Wood and Ray Dennis Steckler, and among others, have moved into horror movies, into porn at some point in their life, and they can't help themselves. They have to have horror in their porn, and it doesn't belong there, and it usually leads to something really, really bad. The most easiest thing, of course, to bring up is Orgy of the Dead, which is just a bad film. That's a nudie cutie masquerading as a horror film.
I love that I have that on Blu Ray.
I know, same here. It's glorious.
Would you put Caligula?
I would put
there?
that in there. Yeah. That's definitely in there. But there's also going to be people like Lars von Trier. I'm going to be putting some of his stuff in there too. So it's going to run the gamut of bad porn, weird nudie cutie stuff, and high-ended art failure kind of stuff too. So
Well,
it'll
great.
be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And I've been looking for, like, I really wanted a porn star or somebody in the business to do it with me because, you know, they've seen it all. So I was just curious as to how they would take it. Couldn't really dig one up. But then Rebecca Reinhardt said that she'd be into it. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's game for just about anything. She's pretty amazing. So I was really lucky that she kind of stepped in and said
Yeah.
she'd do it. So
Well, I'm just glad you didn't want me because I like.
no, I know you only go so far. You don't like
Well,
to go.
it's just like because when we originally talked about this is like almost a year ago or something, you know, or more longer that you've been wanting to do this. But I was like thinking I would be on the couch watching a porno with a dude, just a little weird, you know, like
Yeah,
not.
but you got to understand these are failure pornos. The last thing you're ever going to get is a boner on these. It's the anti-boner.
I know, but still, like it's just still
Yeah.
strange to me.
Well,
you know.
and that's the thing is that I couldn't decide back then if I wanted to do that show or if I wanted to do a show on extreme horror, like extreme, violent, gory, killing kinds of stuff. And I went back and forth for a while, and then it just dawned on me. It's like, well, do I really want to watch a lot of stuff where people are getting butchered and like torture porn, or do I want to watch something that's a little bit more fun and, you know, sex and, you know, nudity and badness that way? And I just, you know, the nudity won out.
Yeah.
So because I have a lot of the rough, you know, like Serbian film and all that kind of stuff too, but it's not really the kind of thing I watch on a regular basis. It's just, you know, not my
Yeah,
thing
but
so much anymore.
I would say if you do that, you know, find a, you know, director or filmmaker or somebody or have guests or whatever that are filmmakers who are into that stuff. Like I bet Brad Twigg would do, you know, do a episode where he talked about, you know, a hardcore horror film, you know, or something.
Sure.
But also, yeah, it would be good to do that at some point. Maybe like in a year or 2 years or whatever, where you've had some time and you're thinking about doing something else. Because what would be great about that is the fact that it's something new and it's something that gives other people, like brings some interest from other people who
Sure.
you know, may not be into this stuff.
Sure. And, you know, this way I can cycle in shows so that, you know, I've got the Forgotten Horror Classics and I can bring this show and then maybe I can do something else and then go back to the other ones and sort of cycle them around and, you know, can have just different stuff going on so it's not always the same content. And the other thing that stopped me initially from doing like the extreme horror films is, you know, I really, really try to present as much of a diverse co-host as I can. I don't want it to just be other white guys like us because we've got that pretty much covered. You know,
Yeah.
I'd like to get some people of color, I'd like to get some females, and that kind of subject matter is very difficult, the extreme stuff, for a lot of females to sit through or to endure, unless you're super, super, super into horror. And even then, we're
Once
not
again,
talking regular horror.
Rebecca would do it. You know,
You think so?
just saying, yeah.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
I'm sure she'd be game for all these things.
Wow.
Um,
Like, remember Singapore Sling? We're going to do that movie.
I remember Singapore Sling.
Slaughter Vomit Dolls? We're doing that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost said, oh, what is that? I don't want to.
Yeah, there's going to be some crazy shit. If she can get through this series, man, she can get through anything.
So you're also bringing back Forgotten Horror Classics at
Yeah,
some point.
yeah. That's not going away. But
That's
it's probably
be
gonna,
next year or something, right?
Yeah, it'll probably be in the spring.
Spring of next year. So
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
perfect. Yeah, that's perfect time. So
Because we like to do like 10, maybe 12 episode arcs. That's like enough, you know. Because I try to keep it to once a month. Because more than that, I just don't have the time. You know, I have a full-time job that I work, and you know, we have Indie Film Cafe. You know, What the Fuck Fridays, Criterion Watch. You know, Film Freaks. You name it.
right.
Empire.
And those things aren't going away, like period.
Right.
And I've kind of always said, like, there's some shows that might go away for a little while, but might come back later. One of the ones that I was doing, Frights the Round Table, that's gonna go away for a little bit. Originally was gonna bring something else in, and have my co-host from that come over to that, but I just don't have time. So this year, a lot of I'm just, I'm trying to balance, like this, and now we've got Sick Flick TV coming out in January. We've
I
got
am so excited for that.
A Roku channel. Yeah.
yeah, so
I
it's gonna
need
be
you
fun.
to make up a promo or send me some stuff, and I'll put it on the podcast, which I need to get on the ball. I'm like 2 months and I haven't put out an episode, but
It happens.
I will get one out in August.
Talk to us a little bit about your podcast. Give it the name and everything.
It's Bizarro Aficionado, and it covers a wide range of subjects, all rather strange, from bizarre news and just covering what is absolutely ridiculous going on out there to actual interviews. We've had some interviews with a Los Angeles witch, Maja Dou.
Nice.
We've interviewed someone you've interviewed, Andrew Leavold.
Oh, Andrew Leavold, that's right. That'll be coming
about
out.
Wang Wang, and a lot of things in between. And I want to start doing some more on location type things, which will also include some squatching actually
Ooh.
in York County, Pennsylvania, which is a mecca of high strangeness of UFO, Bigfoot,
Nice.
and you name it, strange murders, everything going on in York County. So talking to some people
There's
about
not much going on in York County, so that's why it happens.
Yeah, right. So
Also the Amish.
all the Amish, but it's out there by Peach Bottom, and there's some good stuff out there. So hoping to get some live shows out there and a couple other on location areas.
Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
And Blue Ball,
Blue balls.
yeah, just one ball.
So yeah, no, Andrew Leavold was cool, and that episode for Indie Film Cafe Spotlight will be coming out soon. I just got to do the one with Steve Ruzinski, the guy who did Carousel.
I love that film.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
And then we got to talk about the new one, Carousel 2, which is going to come out.
I'm excited for that.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Tell me
yeah.
about Roku TV though.
Sick Flick TV is going to be coming out in January 1st is our plan. So we are working hard on that, and we're super excited. Paul and I, like I keep telling Paul different stuff that, I keep getting acquisitioned for, different people, coming on. There is going to be 2 features. I can't say what they are yet, but I'm about to sign, I have to get do a contract, basically get it signed with this guy, like a user agreement. And then, we're going to have like tons and tons of content. Our plan is, we're not going to have a lot of content. We're not going to be like Netflix or, Disney Plus. We're not going to have a library like that. But
You did Netflix when it started, so.
yeah, exactly. Netflix started out, it was very small, and it was very indie at the time.
Right.
And that is our plan, is to try to be as indie friendly as possible.
Right.
Our idea is, if people basically don't want, like right now they just want to get exposure, just get their stuff out, send it to us. If you're putting your shit on YouTube, might as well put it also on our thing too. If it's
right. And there's a lot of stuff out there that typically the other outlets like Netflix don't touch. They don't usually go for a lot of short films. We are all about short films. We think those are cool, and web series and things like that. So it's going to be a nice outlet for a lot of these other indie content creators to say, hey, I have a web series of, say, 4 or 5 or 10 short films that all tell a story. Is this something you guys would be interested in? We're like, hell yeah. So there should be a lot of interesting stuff coming out.
I think that's exciting, because if you're a musician, you have a band, you have SoundCloud, you have a place to put it, you have a place to get it out there. But other than YouTube, there doesn't seem to be a lot of place for short film and indie films. So I'm really excited for this.
Right. So it should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it should be fun. See, that's the thing. That's the thing with what we were trying to do is, we want content that, I mean, like Paul was trying to tell me, oh, we need them to be great or whatever content. I honestly just want whatever, like if it's great. Some people, if it's stinky, that's just as good, because
Stinky is good.
yeah,
Oh, I know that.
yeah, I mean, as long as it's, I mean, even if it's boring, somebody might like it,
I'm
I'm
telling you,
not gonna.
Chris E. Cullen will put some films on there.
Maybe.
He might.
Yeah. Well, that would be great. I mean, if
Yeah.
we can get, I don't know if like, I don't know what he has deals with, but if he has movies that people want to put out, or that don't, maybe even people don't want to put out, or whatever, come put it on ours, we're,
Mhm.
Well, and there'll be some sick flick production stuff too, won't there?
oh yeah, we'll have original content as well. We're going to have the way that it's going to be set up, and we're going to have on Monday launches the sickflicktv.com. I'm still working on that. Hopefully I'll have it done by tomorrow night, and then I can launch, we can launch it on Monday. But I'm working on Sickflick TV, and sickflicktv.com will actually have like some of the stuff, some of the I mean, not the movies themselves, but like, information about what's going to be coming out. And some of the stuff that's going to be coming out is we're doing a whole sections on anthologies, a whole section on horror hosts, a whole section on feature films that people put out, short films, music videos if people want to put out music videos.
That's cool.
What is it? The other one, feature films, podcasts, so we'll put and series like TV, web series, and so anything people want to put out. I've already got a couple of web series that are coming out. I think Strove's doing something for us.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of stuff going on. We just need to get it finished and up and everything.
Right,
But it
right.
won't be
I
done.
like the idea of being a one-stop shopper thing for people who are interested in content,
Yeah.
who are not getting what they want from either HBO or Netflix or stuff like that, to be able to say, hey, come to us, and we've got a whole variety of stuff that you're not going to see anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean that's our hope, is that there will be some stuff that maybe other Roku channels or whatever will have too, but we're just trying to basically put out stuff that, and in our own original content. We've got a couple short films and a couple like a series, and we got the Davila series that'll be out there for sure. Stuff like that. Which Davila is ending in September. Last episode ends in September 1st, so we're really excited just to have that, the first season be done, and then after that, like the first 8 episodes, then it won't be returning actually till 2022, I think, or something like that, because we're gonna do our run on Sick Flick TV, finish that up, and then after that, hopefully it'll be back out, and the next season will be on Sick Flick TV. So I mean, we still got a bunch of stuff to get done there,
Right,
with that
right.
one.
There's a lot going on, so
There is.
we've been trying to reach out to other folks to help out as much as possible. That's why the little stinker show is good for G. Larry Butler and his daughter Bonnie to help out. It's nice to have Stroh helping out. It's nice to have some other folks who are able to add content to the show lineup.
Why do I know G. Larry Butler? Is
Uh,
that Ooga Boobies?
That's no, but he was Al Purplewood in that film.
He was Al Purplewood.
Yes,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
was.
that's great.
Yeah, he's very cool.
I love that movie.
I know it's a great film. It's
Love
great.
that
He's a
movie.
nice
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, that's
We
great.
went out and interviewed him in California when I went out to LA with Jonathan, and just a super guy. And he really wanted to work with us. And
That's
Jonathan's
wonderful.
been finding him, room and roles in his projects, and
Yeah.
he was like, I kept saying he wanted to do stuff. I was like, well, why not try this? Because I really wanted to do this.
I think that works
this
great.
this
yeah.
podcast about, or this video cast for Stinky B movies that were for kids.
Yeah.
And he jumped right on it. So there you go.
Yeah, it's funny because Paul, you didn't get to meet Bonnie when she was there, right?
No, she wasn't there when we were there.
So like originally when I was gonna do another podcast with Larry, I said, do you know anybody who'd be interested in doing a podcast with us and sitting down and watching a movie with us? And he was like, my daughter might be interested. And so she came out for I did not watch the movie before having done it, and it was John Johnson's Shadowhunters,
Oops.
and it had a lot of sex and
It was a
nudity
good
and-
movie,
I
but
think I've seen that.
yeah, I think I showed that.
I think
to you.
I've seen that.
yeah, it's a great movie. No, it's a fantastic movie, but
But there's
Um,
boobage.
there's a lot of that stuff, and she did not. She was not comfortable at all watching it.
Oh
And
dear.
Oops.
I almost was like, oh man, maybe I should run out and try to grab another movie for my car, because I had a lot of my movies in my car at that time, and unfortunately, fortunately we finished it and she was okay or whatever, and we did it. But after
Only
that,
like 14 or 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, when we say daughter, young daughter, teen daughter,
Gotcha.
so she did not
You
feel
watch this
comfortable.
movie with this strange
Exactly.
guy. That's the same age as my daughter, and I'm thinking she'd just be like,
Hey, buddy,
I'm uncomfortable.
you're awesome. You survived
Yeah.
Fun in Balloon Land. You can survive anything.
So we've got Little Stinkers
Poor
that's
thing.
going with them. We've got,
Puppy
we've
girl.
got a ton of shit going on still, and so I'm like a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to be doing one more episode of classic horror television, and then that'll be 4 episodes, and I'm going to be done with that podcast for a while. I don't know if I'll bring it back or not, because I haven't been having much interest with a lot of people doing it and stuff. So I've been busy with everything.
everything.
So, yeah, I've been like my thought. I was telling Paul before that Indie Film Cafe is not going anywhere. That's like no matter what, that's going
That's
to
our
be the thing.
flagship.
That's
Yeah.
our flagship. That's going to be going. Hollywood Boulevard podcast, I adore and I love doing so, and I believe that helps bring in people who may not watch the Stinky movies, but would want to hear something about 1917 or those movies. So we're still doing that for sure next year. But a lot of the podcasts are going to go away, like Frights Around Table go away for a little bit, until basically until shit settles, and we get
Yeah.
all these movies getting done, and I've got time to like focus on that stuff. But Film Freaks, since we do like Film Freaks, What the Fuck Friday, and we alternate on those, I figured those will be done. Those can be done every month, and so I'll do maybe 5 things per month, and I think that's fair, like that's enough, that's at least, but like right now it's getting too much,
Wait till you get a full-time job and you've got to just keep doing all those.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the beauty of like just door dashing right now, is like that's that's a small window of time over the weekend to go do that, and then I can kind of try to work everything out during the week with my podcast. But whatever, there's a lot that's going on right now, especially Sick Flick Productions has a ton, that's getting done, and more stuff to be announced soon.
It's difficult. Like I said, I work my own full-time job, and unlike a lot of folks, not only have I remained employed during the entire COVID thing, my workload has gone through the roof. So I am just constantly pushed for time just to relax and just to sort of catch up. And it's very difficult to sort of put out all this content, but I am trying. If it were up to me, if I had the time and the money and somebody paid me, I'd do nothing but podcasts and video casts and movies and stuff. But, that's not the reality I live in, unfortunately.
I was up in New York for a few weeks during the peak there, and wanted to, of course, only us would think of this, but I'm like, I got to get some B-roll if nothing else up there, and there was no time, right? It was craziness.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm just so like swamped with a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
I
You do take on a lot, John.
I was taking a break actually recently, so
Cool.
that was nice. I was
Yeah.
actually having a break. My roommate's boyfriend was like looking at me, going, "Do you have a podcast this week?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, no, I don't.
I was like, "No." Like it was weird. Like we're not Kevin Smith. We're not getting paid to make these
True
like and do all
story.
these
Yeah.
things yet. You know. I'm hoping that yeah, that was the other thing is like one of the Criterion watches I'm supposed to do is actually with Kevin Smith's friend Vincent Pereira. So
Yay.
you know, who came out to LA to see Kevin and to, you know, during COVID and everything and to help out and do stuff with him. And while he was there, we hung out, you know, and everything, which was so cool. I got like video of us of me, him, and Jackie going around and to like the Nightmare on Elm Street house and stuff like that, you
That's
know. And
cool.
No, that's
yeah,
neat.
yeah, you know, like I want to do more of those. Paul keeps trying to tell me to do more, and
Yeah.
I mean, you think like this would be perfect or whatever, but like it costs money for gas, you know, to travel everywhere, and then B, you know, my roommate doesn't get up till like you know, like 3 o'clock, you know, or something
Well,
or later, you know.
and then of course driving in LA is not easy too.
No, but my hope is that every week I will start doing, you know, something like that, you know. Like I was actually, here's a funny story. So I was driving by a high school and I was like, wow, I wonder if anybody ever shot at that high school for a movie or something, right? So I looked it up, and at the same time I was looking it up, I was watching the one movie that it
Oh
actually took
wow.
place there.
Wow.
It was Can't Hardly Wait. And I was at the high school. There's a scene in the very beginning of the movie with them graduating and everything at the school or whatever. That was like that was the school I was passing by. It was like Temple City High School, you know, or whatever. And I just thought that was freaking cool. Like that's a
I
really
wonder
neat,
what the percentage is, no matter where you are in LA, that something has
Yeah.
been filmed
Yeah.
there at some point.
yeah. Well, that's, I mean, we were driving by coming back from the beach and from Laguna Beach, and as we were driving back, we saw on the overpass somebody was shooting something. You
Nice.
know,
There
yeah,
you
there
go.
was some camera crew up on the
You, you
overpass.
you should tell Gary your birthday story. That's a pretty fun story.
All right, I'll tell it here, and then, you know, because I know you wanted me to do it on like some acting podcast or something where the people are asking me questions about it, but eventually I'm sure I'll tell it multiple times. So my birthday, I was living in Van Nuys with my former roommate, and she had plans to hang out and do stuff with me, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, so I get a message from a line producer who I'm friends with, and he says, "Hey, Jonathan, do you want to come be a PA slash have a small role in was it Collision Earth, which is the movie
Nice.
that they were doing for the asylum?" And so I was like, "Sure, you know, I don't, you know, I'd love to." So you know, it was my birthday. I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting paid on my birthday, you know,
Hell
why not?
yeah.
So I came out there to the area that we're shooting at 10 o'clock in the morning or something. We didn't leave till like I didn't leave till like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, so it was like a 12-hour thing, you know. I get there, and I was thinking that I was going to start PAing. So I start getting introduced to everybody about the PA stuff. This is who you're going to be working with. This is what you're going to be doing. I know you've never done this before, but here's blah, blah, blah. All right. Then they go, hey, we need you to come into wardrobe and makeup. And I was like, all right. So I get there, and the first thing I notice is they have, what is it? They have my outfit for my costume for a soldier costume. I'm supposed to be a soldier, and they, you know, they give it to me, and I notice I've got a name on the name tag. I'm like, that's cool. So I said that to the wardrobe lady. I'm like, that's cool. I got a name on my name tag, and he said, they go, yeah, you've got a role. You know, you got lines, and I was like, what?
Nice.
I was like, huh? I thought I was literally going to be a background extra. Because if you're going to
Oh.
ask me to be like a PA and a character, like, or whatever, I thought background extra. So I went out there and did that. And then, and then I got to be that for like 12 hours. And I got to work with Eric Roberts.
Nice.
Actually, my scene, if you watch it, it's on Prime now. So you guys can go see it. But my scene and the
On what?
thing, I was
Oh,
Amazon Prime. So if you go and check that out, it's a fun, like, meteors hitting Earth, the world's gonna end. They've done multiple ones of those, or whatever. But it's fun. It's cute. It's got little fun bits in it, or
Neat.
whatever. I I got to have a scene. I was supposed to have longer, like more scenes, but I didn't have everything memorized anyway because I just literally got there, and a
Yeah.
lot of it was like a lot of talk about random like stuff I had no idea what
A lot of
was
jargon.
Right.
jargon and stuff. And so I was trying to memorize everything. And so the director decided to give some of the lines to the writer of the film, who knew all the lines and knew
Right.
all the stuff that he pretty much wrote. And I was completely 100% happy with that. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh my God, you took away my part. I was like, I was just afraid that I was going to get cut out, because like, I was like, oh man, I remember I did shoot some lines, but I'm not sure if those are like needed or not, so,
Sure.
but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good set there. So, the director had a fun time with it. Eric Roberts was really sweet to me,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
he was,
He doing better? Because I know he kind of went through a rough time.
he seemed great to me. I don't know.
Great.
Like,
Awesome.
he didn't,
Always liked him.
him and his wife was there, helping
Mm-hmm.
him throughout, I think she's also like his manager or something. So
Yeah.
she helps him get through everything. He's just he's a sweet guy. I liked him a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was very nice. He talked to me about everything. And
I like hearing that because you only ever hear people trash talking.
well, it's funny
It's a
because
shame.
like people had actually, thought that because, you hear different things on different sets or whatever. But after the end of it, everybody was like, oh my God, he was the nicest, guy in the world.
Oh, that's
And
great.
I guess sometimes you catch people at the wrong time. He does
Oh,
so
yeah.
many movies too. Like you just throw a rock and you'll hit an Eric Roberts movie. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
Not a lot of them are very good, but it's all right.
Well, look at you hobnobbing already.
yeah. I mean, I had a fun time. I didn't tell him I was a director or anything. I figured I didn't want to do that on my first interaction with him. I'd want to get him on set. And I go, hey, and he'd be like, hey,
Right.
I recognize you.
Would you be in my movie, please? Be in my movie.
Yeah,
I drove by Biden's house. That's about the best I got.
You drove by Biden's house. Oh my goodness. Was that before or after he was running for president?
It was Monday.
Oh, okay. So yeah, certainly after.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, nice. Well, see, there
Yeah.
you go.
So he's out there hobnobbing with the big time stars.
Yeah.
It happened like 11 days after I moved. So like, or whatever, like January 12th, like that happened. I met a bunch of people on that set who have become my friends, who I've told I will work with,
And the thing is that I'm sure there'd be a lot more of that going on with you. It's just unfortunately because of COVID, a lot of productions have ground to a halt. So there's just not much going on right now.
Yeah, definitely. I would want to work with. It's funny. The line producer is actually now dating one of the Soska twins. The girls who did like American Mary and
Oh yeah.
a bunch of other stuff. They just did a sequel to a remake of a David Cronenberg movie. So good for them. Like they're constantly busy. So it's great having those little connections or whatever. But we'll see.
It's all who you blow, John.
It's true. That hasn't happened yet, though. Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
I'm thanking my stars. Like, I'm hoping there's not, I have not seen the seedy side of Hollywood yet.
well, that's good.
But I have learned something very specific that, like, being in Hollywood is completely different than being in Virginia
Sure.
in the
Oh,
sense
sure.
that if I'm at if I'm at a cafe or something that's very happening or whatever, just be careful what you say, because there are
Yeah,
ears everywhere,
that's
So-
That's
true.
right. Tommy Wiseau is going to look you up and smack you upside the head.
Oh, he won't, because he knows I love his movies. Yeah. I can't wait to see Big Shark.
Big shock.
Yeah. I haven't told you this, Gary, but Paul knows about this. My roommate Jackie and I showed her. It was a couple months ago. It was a few months ago. I was on Amazon. I showed her Disaster Artist for the first time, thinking she might like it. She might not. Who knows, right? She
I
absolutely
think I've
loves it.
seen that.
It's like her favorite movie. It's the
Yeah, that's
movie
great.
about the making of The Room.
Right.
She likes that movie, and
Yes, I did watch that. That was great.
Yes.
I knew I recognized the name of it. Fantastic.
I showed Eric Spudick it the day that he gave me creepies or sold me creepies. Eric Spudick's is a writer actor guy that I'm friends with out here, and he absolutely and he's met Greg Sestero, like the real.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he was with David Dakota. This was years ago. This is 97, 98, something like that. And he was like hanging out with David Dakota. And David was like, "Hey, we gotta go pick up my friend Greg at the airport. Do you mind, coming with me?" And he was like, "Sure." So he came up and he was like, "Wow, you're Toulon from freaking Puppet Master 7,
That's cool.
And that was before, like I'm saying, like 97, 98 and whatever, before The Room even got made, It's such a strange thought. Like there was a time before The Room was made,
I know. Pre-room.
Do you have
Yeah.
the room?
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that in years.
Do you have The Room? I did not know you had it.
Yeah.
Bought it on DVD? Okay.
No, I have a digital copy.
Oh, okay.
What I'm confused, how does Netflix have Disaster Artist, but they don't put the room up?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's weird.
Probably because of Tommy, because Tommy
Yeah.
owns the rights to it. So I guarantee you, unless they
Tommy demands lots and lots of money.
Oh, I'm sure.
probably.
Just for
yeah.
like his appearances.
Frankly, they should be sold together as a companion piece.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was the guy who plays Tommy in it. What's his name?
Dave Frank. Oh no, James Franco.
James Franco. That might be his best work.
I know.
Well, I love James
Very
Franco.
awesome.
I think
I
he's
do too.
And best of all, it's a book too. And Johnny
Oh,
was
really?
saying that the book was the best of all.
Oh, I may
Yeah.
have to look that up because I love that movie.
I want to get it.
the book was definitely like has a lot of stuff that's not in the movie. Like the funny thing is like everything that's in the movie was in the book, but then there's stuff that's in the book that's not in the movie.
Right.
And I think they recorded stuff that never made it even to the deleted scenes. That I wish that did, because from what I've understood, David Dakota actually did film a scene with him out in because in the book they talk about Greg going up to shoot Retro Puppet Master, because I've told Paul this story probably a million times,
Oh
but
yeah.
there's a great scene in the book where Tommy actually opened up Greg's mail to check out, see how much he made on a movie, and or whatever. So when he got back from Romania, where they're shooting Retro Puppet Master, he noticed like all his mail was opened up. So he knew like Tommy had been in his place, because it was Tommy's place technically,
Right.
but had actually, had not just been there, but also like checked around and snooped around. His response to that was like, "Why are you making such a big deal of this? Like why?"
I didn't do it. I did not.
No, he admitted he did it. He didn't.
Uh-huh.
He didn't
Hello,
get, he didn't understand like that's a criminal offense. Technically,
Yeah.
opening somebody else's mail is by law a criminal offense. He thought it, I don't know where Tommy's from. Probably from Romania.
He seemed Romanian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the heck knows? All I know is I'm dying for the movie that Sick Flick Productions puts out, starring Tommy Wiseau and Neil Breen together. I can't wait for that. It's got to happen.
I would
You
love
make
that
that
to
happen.
happen, but I don't. Has Neil Breen been in anything else other than his own films?
We gotta have him branch out. Gotta have him branch out.
I mean, no, I would love for him to. I just don't think he will.
You never know, man. Never know.
That would be awesome. Them fighting each other, you know?
Oh my God.
Yes, please. Gotta make it happen.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, all right, we've talked for over an hour on this stuff, and I appreciate you guys being here and everything.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary, we miss you.
Thank you so much, John.
Yeah.
I love that we're able to do this stuff on Zoom. I mean, I know if we were, if I were back in Virginia, I'd be coming to hang out with you guys tomorrow or something,
Yeah.
We'd probably
And
be
he'd
shooting.
make you watch porno Holocaust on a couch with two other guys like this. Why won't it end? How can sex be this uninteresting?
It's really
it-
bad.
Is it worse
So
than
bad.
Dick Shark?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Much worse.
Okay.
It was worse than sex squash. Sex squatch.
Yep.
Wait, but yeah, actually, Paul likes Sex Squatch, though.
I love Sex Squatch.
I
Paul
know.
like porno Holocaust.
Oh,
Don't let him lie to you.
It's not that I didn't like it. I'm really more interested in how it affects other people. You know, I like that. I love tormenting people. It's so much fun.
you guys are making me want to watch a stinker tonight. I just don't know what. I just
Every night.
watched the new Kevin Bacon horror film last night. You Should Have Left.
Oh.
That's it was
Is that on Prime?
no, it's you have to buy it on VOD because
Oh, okay.
it was supposed to come to the theaters, but unfortunately because of COVID,
Everything's
it
screwed.
didn't.
Yeah.
But it was Blumhouse, and it was
Yeah.
okay. I guess I can say this now. I don't know because I shouldn't say too much because I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow in a Horror, Blood, and Coffee, and that podcast won't come out till later. I'm interested to hear what Samantha has to say about that. Our friend Samantha Marie, because she loves Kevin Bacon. Like that's one of her.
God, that's right.
She's obsessed with Kevin Bacon. So I want to see.
have met.
What?
I said I have met.
You
I have
met him?
Kevin Bacon. Yeah. Nice guy.
Were you aware that he was in a band called the Bacon Brothers?
Yes. Yeah, I did know that. And his dad designed Liberty 1 and Liberty 2 in Philly and a bunch of other Philly buildings. He's a big architect in Philadelphia, or at least was. I'm not sure if he's still living.
It's probably best that I don't because I've always wanted to pour syrup on him and call him Maple Bacon. It's
All right,
true.
things just
What
got
is
awkward.
wrong with you?
I don't know. I was dropped on my head as a child.
That is evident.
Yeah. Okay. We're never having Kevin Bacon in a
No,
film
no,
that
but
Paul's producing.
it's
Oh,
all done.
But no, it wasn't. I'm interested to hear what she has to say. It wasn't. To me, it wasn't terrible. It just, and a lot of people thought it was terrible or whatever. Just like people thought Fantasy Island was terrible, and I think it's just kind of mediocre, and
Yeah.
not the worst thing in the world, but
It was a get the bills paid movie.
no, I mean, no, I don't think it was.
No?
It was directed by the guy who did Stir of Echoes. So it was. I think it was try to recreate that magic or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, we'll see what Samantha has to say about that because her being a fan and everything.
oh, I know what she's gonna say. She's gonna love it.
I don't think so. She's you know me. I mean, her. She'll say she loves Kevin in it, I'm sure. But she hated The Invisible Man. And I actually kind of liked it.
I like The Invisible Man. Which one? Like the new one that just was out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I went into it expecting to absolutely hate it, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So, and she hated it. She absolutely
Wow.
hated it. So, for her, I mean, not like absolutely. It wasn't like the worst movie or anything, but it was something she wasn't incredibly happy with. So, I'd be interested to hear her actual thoughts and everything, because she'll be uncensored tomorrow. So I'm excited.
That's Sam.
Yep. So yeah, we're still doing podcasts, and we're still doing all the vidcasts we've got, and we got Sick Flick TV coming. So there's a lot, and then we're also working on Supernatural Assassin stuff. I mean,
Yep.
and Gary's going to be in that, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited
you
for
go.
that. And anything else I can do to help with Sick Flick, let me know.
Definitely,
And
man.
I'll be in touch. I'll try and put together some sort of promo and ad for Sick Flick TV to put in the podcast when you're ready. And
Definitely, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
oh, of course.
Well, hey, if you guys stick around for a second afterwards, I'll talk to you guys, for a bit.
Yeah.
But everybody, thank you guys for watching this and checking this out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or anything, and why Paul's holding up a
Duck bunny.
duck
Duck
bunny.
bunny.
All right.
Duck bunny, duck bunny.
And continuity monkeys there. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
if you guys, I don't know if Gary's seen this or not, but over there, see that? Can you see what that is?
You have a love doll?
No, I have a ton of dolls.
What is
ton of-
that?
God damn it. It's like a whole thing of a bunch of stuffed
Oh,
animals.
yes. It's one of those slings that you put all the plushies in.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yeah, I have all my stuff in there, including TNA Monkey, which, I haven't had to use in a while, but oh well.
Yeah. We all need a little bit more TNA.
Yeah. Well, I have to find people who are cool with that.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And until next time, next month, see you later, guys. Bye.
See you, John.
Bye.